Hey guys, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel Code Fusion Hub, and I hope you guys are clear and understanding over all the problems that have been covered in the previous videos. In case if you are a new user and you are just watching my video for the first time, then you can just go and check out the previous videos. I'll give you the link in the description box and you can check out the whole playlist that has been continued till yet. It would consist of total 45 questions, which will include all the basic concepts to the advanced ones, where we are going to start with the easy level problems to build all the foundational concepts to very thoroughly over here. So, in case if you have not subscribed to my channel, then make sure you have subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss any other update from the whole playlist over here. So, yeah, let's begin with our today's problem. So, what problem should I be taking today? Okay, so let's start with this 1141. Okay, so this is our targeted problem. So only one problem each video and only the thorough description and problem solving on one problem each video. Okay. So yeah, let's start with our today's question that is about user activity for the past 30 days. Okay. So everyone just go over on this problem and make sure you thoroughly read the problem. If you don't understand it once, then go and read it again, and try to understand that what approach should be used over here to solve the problem. Okay, and make sure you pause the video, think upon this, and you can come back to this video again and then look upon the problem solving, and this will improve your problem solving skills to a greater level. You just can't watch the video and think that yeah, I can also solve the problem, or just by looking at it. Don't do that. Yeah, if in the first time you can't do it, you just look into the video and then practice it, and then after 1 or 2 days again read the problem and try to recollect that what approach that you need to require according to certain kind of situations and problems that you have faced upon. Okay, so, without any further ado, let's get into the video and let's start with our today's question, which has a table that has a name as activity. Okay, it has specific columns and its data type are also mentioned over here. That is user ID, session ID, obviously would be an int because the integer values. Okay, activity date would have a data type as date and the type is set as enum over here. Okay, now this table may have duplicate rows also, and the activity type column is enum. Okay, so what is an enum over here? That the values that has been provided, that is open session, end session, scroll down or send message. You can set only these values into the table that is activity type. You cannot type that okay, thank you. You can't type anything else other than these four messages that has been mentioned over here. Okay, that is nothing but enum that you have specified that only this category would be allowed to be entered into the database. Otherwise, it would throw an error to you. Now, this table shows the user activities. For a social media website, we are having this user activities, that when is the user logging, what is the session ID, at what date, what activity was taking place, and what was the activity type. Like, is it logging in, that is open session, logging out, end session, it is scrolling down, or it is sending some messages, the user is sending some messages. So these are all the activity type, the date, and everything is mentioned over here in this table. Now what we have to do is we have to find a solution, okay, to find the daily active user count for a period of 30 days. Okay, so for a period of 30 days we have given the date as 27 July 2019 inclusively. Inclusively means 27th is also counted into this 30 days. Okay, it is not exclusive, it is inclusively included in this 30 days ka period. Okay, so a user was active on some day if they made at least one activity on that day. Okay, so the user is counted as active only if it has at least one activity on that day, maybe opening session, ending session, scrolling down, or sending any message, whatever. Okay, so we have to return the result table in any of the order we want. Okay, so first of all, what we have to do is calculate the date over here. Okay, it is given as 27 July 2019, and we have to count 30 days prior to this and then count up till 27 inclusively. So 27 is also included in this 30 days only. So the date that we are going to get according to this is 28 July, sorry, 28 June 2019 over here. Okay, so we have to find this until 27 July 2019. Okay, so this is a period of 30 days. You can just count it on your own also, where we have to just include 27 also into this 30 days over here. Okay, so we have to find the daily user active count that any of the at least any of this activity has been done over here and every day. So this is our activity table where we have user ID as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we have 4 people over here. That is Harsh, Priya, Neha, and Rachit, maybe. Okay, so these are the 4 users which has some particular session IDs over here, particular activity dates, and on what date they performed some activity, that is open session, scrolling down, sending a message maybe. So these are the activity type over here for each of the user. Now the output that are we expecting is we have to rename a table, that is activity date, into day. Okay, so we have to mention day over here instead of this activity date, and we have to get the active users. Okay, now this active users is nothing but the count of the user present over here. Okay, so now we have given an explanation that note that we don't care about days with zero active users. Okay, only the days that have active users are been included. We are not counting that, we are just ignoring them. So we have to return the result table in any order. So what approach do you think should be used over here, where we have to count the user ID? Okay, that how many active users are present in between this activity date present over here. So just think and drop your answer in the comment section below and let me know that what approach are you thinking upon for this question over here. Okay, so maybe you can pause the video and just drop a comment down below, and I'll just wait for 5 seconds for that, and then we'll just start with the solution below over here. Okay, so what are we going to do is, first of all, we need to count the number of active users that are present over here. So, of course, what we would be using over here is nothing but the count, correct? And so we don't have to return in any order, so we don't need to use order by or something. So that's a good deal over here. And next, what we have to use is, if we are using an aggregate function, so by default, we are going to go for group by. Okay, so we are going to use this group by over here. And also, okay, the main thing that would help in calculating the result is this. Okay, we have to find a result in between these specific dates, only these specific dates. So for that, we'd be using the between operator over here. So this is nothing but just filters out the result between this date to this date. So it will extract all the results that have been present amongst the dates that are given over here by us inclusively. Okay, so we'd be using this. So let's just start with the problem. So in the output, what do we want first of all? Okay, we want the date. So the day over here is nothing but the activity date over here. So what are we going to do is selecting the activity date, but not as activity date. We are going to rename it as an activity, not activity day. It's just a normal day over here. Okay, I was just checking that whether you are attentive or not. Yeah. So now next what are we going to do is we have to find the active users. Okay, we just have to find the count of active users, that how many users were active on specific date. Okay, so what we'll do over here is nothing but use this count. Okay, counting what user id. But now if you see this line is quite important, that this table may have duplicate rows. Okay, because this table doesn't have any primary key present. So what would we doing over here? There would be specific certain IDs that would be counted twice, then it will return us into a wrong result. So what we would do is use the distinct operator. Distinct operator is nothing but it just counts the user ID over here once. Okay, if the user ID is present twice, only once it has been counted, because it just finds the distinct one, so it wouldn't give us the result for the duplicate IDs that have been present in the table. So what are we going to find? The distinct user ID. Okay, so we'd be using this distinct, that we don't get any duplicates while counting, so it wouldn't result into any wrong results to us. Correct? So now what we have to rename this user ID table as active users over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is rename the table as active users. That is nothing but the count of distinct user ID. Okay, so non duplicate is allowed in this counting of any user ID. So we have achieved this. We have got this day. We have got this active users. Okay. Now, from where are we getting our data is nothing but our activity table over here that is present. Okay. Now, from the activity, now we want to specify our between operator. Okay. Now we want to specify nothing but our between operator. So where we'll filter out, we'll apply a where clause. Okay. Where clause stating that I have an activity date over here. Okay. From my activity column, but I only want the results that is present between. Okay, that is present between. You have to give the string operator, and you can just copy this date over here. Okay, between this and this is the syntax that you need to follow over here. It's quite simple. Once you perform it, you'll just get, again you have to put this into a string over here, and you just have to group by this activity date. Okay, so here what we are doing is selecting the activity date as nothing but the day, and we are counting the distinct user IDs, okay, as nothing but the active users that are present in the table over here from this activity table. Now what are we going to do is we are going to check the activity date is between this and this, what we required over here, what is required over here, and we just group by this activity date because we have to check that um, here we are operating a between met, um, cut. So here we are using the group by activity date to check that this activity date is present between this and this date over here or not. So we are just making a group over here so we can accurately find the results for the same, and it says wrong answer. Okay, so what are we getting? The expected answer is this, but we are not getting it over here. We are not getting the output only. So we'll just have a look at what mistake we have done over here. Okay, so we'll just check. There is some issue over here in the where clause only where we have used this. Okay, so the date format you can see over here is this, and we have written something else over here. So it's my mistake. We need to use this format. Okay, this is 27 July, and here we would do the same, but for 28 June. Okay, so yeah, because of this date format, we had an issue. Yeah, so this would just solve our problem. I think so. I think this, yeah. So this has worked over here. It was just the format that was presented over here. Okay. So we are getting the expected output over here. That is, let's just cross check. Okay. So on 20 July, okay, so we can see this, I guess, four items over here. Okay. So into this, we have four dates that have been logged in on 20 July. Okay, so if we check the number of users, that is user ID 2 as well as user ID 1. So in total, there were only two users that were present on this day. Correct? So this count of that user ID 1 and 2. Okay, so these are two users. So the count here is 2. Same if you check for 21st. Okay, we have four of them over here, right? So we have a user ID 2, we have a user ID 3. So in total, how many users? Two users are present on this date. So we had to find that how many users are currently active on which date that has been mentioned over here. So accordingly that we have specified, but we have specified only between these and these. So you can check that um, we didn't have any other values except then these two. Correct? Now, after successfully passing our test cases over here, we'll just submit our code to check whether all the test cases for this problem has evaluated or not. Okay, so our test cases has been accepted over here and our code has been submitted. So yeah, now it's working fine for each and every condition for this problem. So I hope so you understood this. It was, I think so, a bit not complicated, I would say, a bit uh, long solution rather than the previous ones which we have solved over here. In case if you have any doubt, you can just let me know in the comment section below, or if you are stuck in any problem, I'll just guide you through it and make sure that you are consistent through the whole playlist of this SQL solving questions over on LeetCode. I'll see you guys in the next lecture. Make sure if you like the video, please give it a like button, and I'll see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Bye bye.